I want the extra stubborn denial. I think I want one less Vexing Bauble. I don't know if I need these edicts so bad either. I almost feel like maybe I would want. Like we did cut flow state a lot. Maybe sometimes you just want to board in like the second flow state. I don't probably not. I think I want one more edict or one more stub in the board over the third Vexing Bauble. I think they could unban troll finally. So as far as Golgari, I say this all the time, but I genuinely think if a card ever gets banned, unbanned, banned again, and it's lost its ability to be unbanned a third time. I think this is a fine keep on the draw. I might mulligan on the play, but I like having Moonshadow Wraith, and at that point we'll have 3 new cards in our hand too. Not a bad one to find. I guess I'm look for Bauble and try to play around Bowmaster. Nice. I think Outburst is just bad. I think it's bad for gameplay. I think I'm still gonna play around Bowmaster. I don't really know what they're doing. I think it's bad for gameplay. Oh, is this Grixis Reanimator again? Sure. I think is living in a good deck of Modern, not right now. I think it definitely it seems like it will be a playable deck of Modern again at some point. It doesn't seem like it's just disastrously bad and like it's just not going to be a deck that sees play. Right, pretty good Emperor here. I think I'm pretty interested in just like wasping the Emperor. I guess I could be okay if they hit me because that throws the shadow, and I'm okay if they adapt as well. Haggle with the 14 months. Welcome back. Wasp is so good, dude. Very underplayed card. I also I want to play more of the blue white vial deck. I think that might be our between rounds deck for tomorrow. I'm also thinking I'm playing Cascade Ritual into the challenge tomorrow. So they take the stub. Then they cast the looting so they can get an Archon in the yard. We've locked down the Emperor for now. Gotta be scared of a persist, although Unholy Heat does deal with this, thankfully. Let's iterate. Okay, love to see the Thoughtseize. Seems like I want to go hand Channeler bottom and exile the Thoughtseize. Then we can complain about how unlucky we are for next turn. And the top deck persist. So they have no good unearthed target at the moment. I think I'm just going to take the Scour. And again, totally fine. If they hit me for 2, I've got Death Shadow in my hand. Why do you think blue-black does well online when so few people play Deplete? When you say blue-black, like, what are we talking about? Okay, just looting flashback. So I'm probably just going to play all my 1-drops next turn. Dang, I can't play all my 1-drops. Blueback Frog won some challenges, I think. Jube noted we could meta. Okay, I haven't been playing against it at all, but like I mean, kind of simply the format is very combo focused, so that's the environment where Frog thrives. Okay, so they fatal push my Wasp. Good draw, opponent. We're not dead. No, we are dead because I can't block the. I can go sack, but and then chump here, but then I die to the Emperor attack. Okay, we are dead. Good top deck. I've already played the updated Prince Professor build. I did. It didn't go super well. So I'm bringing the extra stub. We're gonna bring in the spell bombs, and then I think I'm just gonna cut the channelers again. I think they just don't line up that well against the opponent's threats, despite helping enable my shadows and my Nethergoyfs and just being good in general. Well, I guess I also want the edicts. So the play we can go down to Heat. We can go down to Bauble. Cutting a Bauble may be weird with the Yeah, I'm gonna cut a shadow and I've got too many threats. I think the draw twos are really important. Weird, weird. Yeah, I would think Dimir Wan is probably in a really good spot too. Probably a deck we should be playing some. This mulligan's the play, just has no early plays, although this has no lands. Ritual Goblins might be a fun one to take a spin in the combo-focused format. Another zero lander. I mean, Ritual Goblins is really bad in the combo format, I think. Okay, so we're on a multi 4. I guess my 4-card hand is going to be Nihil Spellbomb, Land, Expressive Iteration. So to see Grixis Lutri again. Yeah, one day. Never loved being Thoughtseized on the multi 4. Not good for us. Although I don't mind getting Thoughtseize bugged. Okay, so this is kind of +1 card for us because the Spellbomb is checking whatever they're looting here. Although they get the selection still. They discard Archon, they discard Persist. It might be okay. They kept a 1-lander. Okay, we might actually win on this multi-4. I could see it being a good time to sack the Spellbomb. Yeah, I think I want to draw this for Moonshadow and Death Shadow, but yeah, I think I also just need some cards in my hand. And they missed the land, so I need to be like probably a little bit more proactive. All right, so I guess we are getting a lot of lands out of the deck. They missed a land again. Guess I save for Moonshadow. Got Bauble too, I suppose. So we'll see if we like our top card or not. Moonshadow. I mean, I know I just said save for Moonshadow. I mean, Moonshadow's just a 2/2 here. They probably have Fatal Push. I think I'd rather find like Nihil Spellbomb, Death Shadow, Nethergoyf, Flow State, Expressive Iteration. Cool. That's a great draw. They're going to be discarding the hand size, though. They almost definitely have a Fatal Push. They discard Oculus to hand size. Okay, another good draw, actually. Jake with the die bunts. Thank you, welcome back. My hand is actually kind of perfect. Like, I have, like, the perfect 4 cards. I could just deal exactly 15 the next turn with Stub up. So they find their second land on turn 6. Make sure I have another untapped blue. I'm sure I have a Steam Vents, right? Yeah, Steam Vents and Watery Grave. Alright, so we just go Stubborn Denial, your Persist, cast Wondrous Wasp. I have 15 points of power, and you're at 15 life. This was a Bolt to 4, where we got Thoughtseize on turn 1. Okay. Very cool. So again, I do think I want the 4th heat on the draw, like we did last time. Probably okay to go down to Shadow on the draw. It's really good that game. They're just bad on your opening hand. Sometimes, if you have 2. Thanks again, Jake, for the 9 months. That was a fun turn. My opponent kept 7 pretty fast. I think I have to go to 6. Just a little. I'm just feeling a little mulligan adverse after last game. Should be fine. This hand's a lot better. All right, so they're Thoughtseizing me. I would guess they're going to take the Nihil Spellbomb most of the time. They do. I think I'm just going to cast Nethergoyf and pass. Next turn I can play a Death Shadow. Uh-oh. Usually when they play this fast, it's a little concerning. Although, the more time that passes, the less likely it is they unearth Inoculus this turn. Okay, they discard an Archon. That's good for us. They push our Nethergoyf. So they've got 3 cards in their hand. Well, we can hope they don't have another land. We don't have a Ferocious for Stub. Not this turn, at least. Surgical Extraction better than Spellbomb in this list because it grows Shadow. Well, Spellbomb grows Nethergoyf and Cosmic and Moonshadow. I mean Surgical can sometimes too. But it's also like I think the card draw is pretty important effect. Well, they pass. They don't even flashback the looting. Don't actually know what that means. I think I'm gonna no value the flow state. Try to find a Street Wraith maybe. Okay. They graveyard 3 cards, a Frog, an Archon, and an Otherworldly Gaze. I really think I can stub this. I kind of time walk though. I guess it's probably fine. Maybe it's a bit awkward if I draw a 1-drop or if I just want to escape the Goyf this turn. Jared to 39 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Hopefully just draw a Nihil Spellbomb. Yeah, it's true. It does make Wasp a lethal top deck. So Wasp, Nihil Spellbomb, Iteration. That's not the worst draw. Jared at 39 months. Glad you're liking the stream still. So they play a looting from their hand. Just desperate to find a persist here. They graveyard a persist and an Undercity Sewers. I guess they're also just want to spend mana for the explosives. They gotta stop on my draw step here. So I can get rid of one of my 2 lands, one of my 2 creatures. One of my 2 lands, one of my 2 creatures. And then I have 1 artifact. So the Nethergoyf could be a 3/4. I guess so. Do I have more artifacts or more sorceries? I have 8 sorceries left, and I have 6 artifacts left. And if they do find persist, I can discard Stubborn Denial and Unholy Heat the Archon and not be totally dead. Can also heat a Emperor Bones maybe. Damn. So I guess I'll play around Spell Pierce by waiting a second on this heat. Oh, they drew a frog? Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. I could have replayed the frog. Oh, no, I couldn't. Oh, sorry. I could have replayed the frog. It would have been 1 power, but was probably correct. Dang, tough game. Still not dead, but okay, now we're dead. Dang. Okay, let's keep this. I think I'm gonna lead on Surveil, and then try to go Moonshadow, Fetchland, Wraith, Thoughtseize. Just graveyard that. Be interesting to see what they take. Maybe my Thoughtseize. See, they were last seen playing Goryo's Vengeance. They were main decking Thoughtseize, so this could just be their one of Natural Swamp. I do feel like this is the kind of basic you play if you just have one of each basic. I don't know. why that is. That kind of seems to be the vibe. Got a new Death Shadow. So they have 2 frogs, a prismatic ending, and a Gorios. So if I take 1 frog, yeah, I could just heat the other. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can heat the others. I think I don't mind so much if they discard everything. I have Delirium after I crack the fetch. Well, I guess we'll play the Nethergoyf now. Trade for prismatic ending. I was curious to see if Yorion was a ban, if it'd even be playable anymore. I don't know. I mean, I was a big Yorion hater. Companions are really dumb. I don't know why we're even like, why we'd even entertain like, more companions again. So I guess they're gonna go ending plus frog here. Like, they banned Gigantha, guys. I don't think they're gonna unban Yorion. Oh, they found the Griselbrand, so we need to draw Thoughtseize, I guess. Damn. I think their draws are really good. Alright, so I guess we're playing against Reanimators some more. We'll bring these in. I think this matchup I want to just say 0 heats. They don't have the Oculus to tap out for. They oftentimes don't play well, I guess they're gonna be playing Riddler still. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'm wrong about this. Yeah, maybe this is a matchup where we just want to board out the Wasp combo. Play like 3 heats, 2 edicts. Can trim a Bauble when you bring in all these spell bombs. Can trim a Death Shadow against the Solitude deck. Spike says says this, yet he's complacent in Kahira Cabal, keeping it legal. I'd be totally okay with a Kahira ban and just say, guys, this was really dumb. This whole companion thing. Obosh, you're cool. Umori, you're cool. It's done. We banned Flage, and now every control deck just gets Kahira for free. I wouldn't say a bad word about it. Lutri, you're cool. Yeah, Gyruda's cool. I guess, is that 6 out of 10 that are cool? Luris, unchill. Yorion, unchill. Gigantha, unchill. Those really spoiled it for Ekahira also. Yeah, I think Zerda's chill. Yeah, it's just, Companion's a fine mechanic, guys. It's just there are 3 problematic companion cards or 4. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for Lutri. It's probably not the worst format for Lutri. Like, I do think the companion mechanic could have been it could have been received a lot better. Honestly, I think you hear it telling me my control opponent doesn't have Wanchitong is a bigger detriment to them than advantage. I guess I've just died to enough Kihiras. And I've killed with enough Kihiras, I don't think it's true. Tracker with the 60 months, welcome back. And like Lording Solitude it's pretty real. I do remember Gyruda and Legacy being terrifying. I think your idea of putting card on the bottom. Yeah, I thought that's what they were gonna do for sure. Is that if you reveal a companion, you put a card on the bottom and you put the companion in your hand. I thought for sure that was gonna be the change at the time. The 3 mana instead, I thought was very odd. I'm really interested in surveilling. I'm new to Modern Warfare. Kira so strong. So there are decks that either play no creatures or usually the only creature they play is Solitude. So it's just that you just get a free 8th card that will pitch to Solitude for free. Sometimes it also like Lord Solitude and attack, and sometimes games just go long and you win the game with a 3/2. Just an eighth card is pretty broken. Yeah. Pre-nerf companion Garuda, you could just go LED Garuda win. It was like it's pretty dumb. Maybe like Ancient Tomb, a defense grid, than that too. Tucking a card would mean companions in Legacy and Vintage would still be very, very broken. So I guess I have a question. Why would be my question to that? Like, are companions still broken if they don't offer a card advantage? They just offer the card selection. Because I think the answer is no. Like if my opponent has a Luris in their hand every game, I don't think I'd care that much. I guess I'm gonna be able to cycle the Spellbomb this turn. No, I need to be able to. I need to be able to stub Wrath X equals 1. Luris would be in a Black Lotus format. Yeah, but you're playing Luris as a. What do you mean? If you have Lotus in your opening hand, you have a good card with Black Lotus. That's not that rare. It's not that rare that cards are in your opening hand are good with Black Lotus. But it's not a free 8th card. Luris is equal in Vintage right now is problematic. Yeah, I'm talking about a theoretical companion change. Where instead of the 3 extra mana to put the card in your hand, if you reveal a companion, you have to bottom a card from your hand, then you can put the companion in. I don't know. Would it be playable? Maybe. Would it be? I don't know that it would be that problematic. Like, yeah, people are not main decking Luris. Do you choose the card? If so, it'd be just as problematic. I don't know. It would be just as problematic. Maybe I'm just totally wrong, but in my mind, the big problem with companion is the inherent card advantage, and losing that, and you have like kind of a medium value card every game. It's interesting. I find it hard to believe that it would be as good. Evoke a Solitude. You get a free reroll with every hand you draw. A free reroll? I don't know what that means. I'm not playing around Second Wrath Disguise. That could make it very vulnerable discard too. I mean, yeah, but also like Luris just dies to bolt. It's like it's not like the card Luris is one of the strongest card draw engines ever or anything. It's like fine. I don't know. I have one too many lands as replace your companion. Yeah, I think that's why it would be kind of good is that you get to fix your hand a little bit, but still the cards Luris and Yorion are like they're weaker than the average card in your modern deck usually. The problem with Luris was the body. The problem with Gigantha was the body. The problem with Gigantha was it just didn't cost you anything to put in your deck. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem with this change is that none of the companion only Luris is playable with that change. Maybe like nobody's gonna be discarding a card to put Gigantha in their hand. People might do it for like Garuda though. They have Solitude Ephemerate. Maybe Prismatic Ending. I'm gonna cycle Spellbomb and grow the shadows here. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Is that it just makes it too bad. Although I'll say this: if it makes all the other companions much worse, I don't know that this change is way stronger, like all of you guys are saying. I'm just leave it there. But if the consensus is this change makes all the other companions unplayable, I don't know that this makes Luris broken, like you are all implying. So I can sack the other Spellbomb for lethal. Oh, sorry, this is just already lethal. Great. Okay, we're going to go to game 3. I think I like our sideboard plan. Is he going to play a functional Zerta deck in Modern? I did pre-companion nerf. We had it combos with Umbral Mantle and Birds of Paradise. Like we've trophied with that. Is it possible to ban all talk about companions? No, we're in that time in Modern where BNR is coming up, and I don't know. It's gotta talk about something. I was enjoying the conversation. Yeah, I do think Zerda would see some play if it worked with Urza Saga. Like, it would be kind of incidental sometimes. Like, all of the Dice Factory decks could play Zerda. Did you play the Emrakul Madness? Yeah, I played the Emrakul that has Madness. I remember it was very early MH3. I had like an Eldrazi build that was like all Cavern with Souls mana base, plus like Temple Lab and Urza Saga. And that card was really, really good. And it like really shined a lot. And I don't know, we never played it again. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And I've been thinking about it specifically in the Trash for Treasure deck, where like you just have enough ways to discard it. You could Madness it. It feels like maybe it could work there, but okay, they're on a mold of 6. We should keep this, I think. Feels like maybe it could work there. But the problem is like having a big creature in the deck instead of a big artifact makes things weird. Yeah, you have Cookbook there too. If it was discarded card to put a companion in your hand, wouldn't you get to be great? It just stays a late game turn a land into a 5/5/5. I think it would be probably unplayable. I would rather usually have a land in my opening hand than a random 5/5. Yeah, but if it was, you can't have a discard. It has to put in the bottom. You can't have it just be like free in Tomb. Enjoying Tragic and Historic, even with Temple banned. Nice. Temple is banned in Historic. Interesting. I take my Channeler. I was also not really expecting that to be the card that wins. Feels like they've got a Psychic Frog, probably. It's a bit awkward that I can't play the Moonshadow off of the Tarn. Maybe I should have actually just played the Tarn turn 1. I'm going to keep the Channeler, though. It's pretty good with the Moonshadow. And lets me double spell next turn. Temple's ban is mind legal. That might be Timeless instead of Historic. I don't always know the difference. So, you know, I don't usually mind games where we both keep 7 and... Wait, did they keep 7? Did they mulligan? Oh, they mulled a 6. Yeah, if they're going to mull a 6 and double Thoughtseize into play, almost never mind that. I wish the Rings deck worked, even if they didn't win just after 2 end steps. Rings, Frog, Riddler. I guess, what are we talking about? Those seem like a loose assorted thoughts there. I guess I played Nethergoyf actually instead of. I think a Fatal Push. They're scared of Channeler. No, you should not. If you surveil attacks on the yard, I'm gonna play Nihil Spellbomb. So you should have waited on this. I think I'll get Watery Grave. Might draw a second stub. So maybe they'll Wrath the Skies. Would still be ahead if they did. No, they'd get a Swamp. A third Thoughtseize has hit the chat. They take my Moonshadow. I'm surprised that they don't give a fuck about this Nihil Spellbomb. They've had 3 chances to take it. They say, no thanks, I don't care. Like, I felt like it had to be, like, I don't know what's in their hand that this wasn't the best card in my hand. Do they have Wrath of the Skies? It feels like I don't know how I lose unless they have Wrath. So let's play around it by not playing the Moonshadow before the Spellbomb. Obviously, we miss out on some sweet value sometimes. Thoughtseize does seem fine to keep here. But I can sack Nihil Spellbomb to get Goyf up to 4 power to stub. Willow Tree with the 21 months. Welcome back. And then I guess we just have Lethal in the correct back with the Delirious Channeler. Although it kind of seems like their last 2 cards now are Solitude White card. It is Solitude White card. Okay. This is just a classic game of I mulliganed on the play and I mulliganed on the play and I just had a million 1-for-1s and a 2-for-1 in your favor. I was talking about the 10 rings and how maybe Frog would have been good with it. I mean, it's kind of hard to get 10 rings and play in your Frog deck, I guess. I like cracking the Spellbomb there for turn 2 clock. Maybe. It feels pretty hard to lose if I crack this if I don't correct the Spellbomb also. Okay, I guess I keep this for the Moonshadow. Frog discards rings and you trash it back. There it is. So I do have stub up with a fetch and a Spellbomb crack, I guess. Do I do it now? Do it now. I think it should be fine. If their last two cards are Solitude, White Card, or Fredo Push, it's fine. Yeah. So they've got no cards in their hand. They're going to be going down to 3 life. We're going to have 3 cards in our hand. Although they've Solitude to be too much for me to play that Shadow right now. I draw Basic Mountain, pretty bad top deck. So, yeah, I mean, I guess if they draw like Prismatic Ending, it's possible for them to out top deck me. I think I do actually just want to Surveil 1. That's like the only card they could draw here. It's okay. Okay, so I can't quite play this Shadow. They draw a fetch land. Let's wait. I might draw Moonshadow. Okay, found an iteration. Sure, I'd love one of those. They graveyard a Wrath. It was better to keep Heat over the Edict. It's not a big deal, probably either way. So we can play the Shadow. So I guess one small issue with this line is if my opponent Quantum Brittlers, I can't Edict in response. And they could draw an extra card and they could maybe ephemerate it. And if it happens and I summoned it a second time, that'd be kind of funny. No push with Trudge on the rise. We have a Heat, which can kill Trudge. Could maybe play some. Oh, they drew Wrath. Okay. Could have played around that. That is the third Wrath this guy's, right? Or was the other one last game? That's just the second one drawn. So what about Death Shadows versus Salty decks? I trimmed one. It's mostly you can play around a lot of time too, especially with your Thoughtseizes. I think I am gonna cycle this. Not sure that it's correct. There's an Atraxa. Okay. Maybe I should have main phase Surveil because I could have escaped a Goyf if I Surveilled it away. Sure. It's got to be correct to keep this, right? Did they draw Solitude as the one unknown? Everybody's favorite play. Does dodge Prismatic Ending, does dodge Wrath of Skies. Alright. Alright. Yeah, does dodge Fatal Push. Okay. Let's keep this on the play. I think I'm going to see if I want to draw my next card. I might just play tap land if I do. Like, I'd probably draw Channeler. I'd probably draw Goyf. Don't know if there's too much else. If I knew the matchup, I'd probably be okay waiting to draw that. Although maybe it's a little bit interesting to just surveil that into the graveyard here, so this way we can have flow state online. Because we get Watery Grave, so we'll just have one of each dual type. We were pretty likely to, between the Bauble and a draw step, draw something to do next turn. Guess I need to take the Neoform probably. We lost to this matchup earlier, despite my in a game one where I thought we could not possibly lose. Okay, that's something to play next turn. Just gonna main phase surveil. Okay. Graveyards of Thundering Falls. What is the what's the red for? Meltdown, maybe? Thinking cast Evangels next turn. I was thinking cast it this turn too. Yeah, I don't think the plan is probably for the Serenity. I guess it goes too. Does it come up, Neoform players? I don't know. Maybe it does. So like I think I want the heat for the Mandrels maybe. Also, do I... No, I think I need the Thoughtseize, but it's a little bit tempting just to play the second Goyf. Chose wrong. They keep a card on top. It's not so good for us. Maybe they just have Neoform. So I guess they have Eldritch Evolution. They can only draw 7 for the Gristlebrand, so it seems like if there's just not a Consign in the top 7, we should be good, unless they also can somehow like Xenaghost me. So their hand is Hooting Mandrels, Urini Mystery card. The mystery card is Gristlebrand. Not really any different though, right? Like they get to have like a for sure unbeatable board, but the game is just going to be do you have a Consign in the top 7 cards of your deck or not? Yeah, I guess I'm going to stop playing, and there's no reason to cast this. Just we'll see if you have a Consign in the top 7. They should have got a Traxa Dig Deeper. They did that. They didn't choose, right? Like, or sorry, Traxa. Oh, Traxa over the Galta. Maybe. Okay. All right. Make him have it. The Trax would have found it. Maybe. Great gameplay. I did have fun that game. I don't know. Is the gameplay great? Hard to say. I hate mulliganing Moonshadow, triple enabler for it, but we have this as Neoform, and I also can't play the Moonshadow turn 1. Gonna go to 5. They kept 7 really fast also. Maybe this is it. That's kind of weak to Veil Summer, but I think this is probably the pile I keep. Would have been a great 7. Classic 7 card hand. I have not seen a Qasali Ambusher in the longest time. Card used to be... You'd see it every once in a while as an anti-Ragavan tech. I'm taking that. I wonder, could this be the sideboard of our Cascade Ritual deck? I don't like that it doesn't block... I guess it does block Guide of Souls and Pride on turn 1. What do you do with red mana? I would expect that it's Meltdown, but I mean, it's also true that with red mana you can cast these into ghosts, and I guess you're any. No, it cannot. Well, on turn 1, you just it blocks a guide or a pride on turn 1. Probably not a card to actually play, but something. Where's the second land? I don't know. They kept this 7. I don't know that it was a good 7 to keep. It's like, it's missing 2 lands. They both have to be green. Yeah, block Show Off. Yeah. I'll think about it some. Probably not a necessary card to play. Also, like, they have to control a forest and a plains for this Qasali Ambusher. Doesn't seem like a very easy thing to do. It was 23 days ago. They may have moved on. Okay, we got a fan over there. Need the Thoughtseize K command, I guess. So the Zenith enables the Fanatic and the Fight Rigging, so I think that has to get took. Maybe a little greedy to hold the Bauble for the Moonshadow, so it'd be nice to double spell next turn. They're drawing a Drowner of Truth, so they're playing the PTO build. I'm going to graveyard that for the Moonshadow. Let's hope the one mystery card's not a Green Sun or a Trudge. It was a Rumble, and they do find a Trudge off the Rumble. Now, because this Drowner of Truth is a tapped green source and not an untapped green source, they don't win this turn, I believe. Still in pretty bad. We're still in pretty bad shape. But they would be able to go untap land, play Fight Rigging, or cast Fight Rigging. So they play the Fight Rigging this turn. I think that makes sense. So their hand right now is Trudge, Mycospawn. Oh, sorry, I clicked off the mic. It's Trudge, Mycospawn, and then next turn they're drawing Boseiju, okay. So I need to get Delirium. I'm missing a type at the moment. I got 2 options. I think this is the better of the 2 options. Just cast Death Shadow to get Delirium and grow the Moonshadow. And then play Nethergoyf. I think that's better than Surveilling first. Deck for 6. Gosh, that air feels bad. Well, It's better than casting Shadow and not putting in the yard here. So their hand is so they're gonna play Trudge. Then they're gonna kick the Myco Spawn. They should do this now. I need to make sure. Oh, they didn't float a green for the Mosswort Bridge, so it's probably a mistake on their part. Although it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna have to heat right now. And then they can put it. Oh, this is tapped, so like I will be able to attack with both of these next turn. So I don't know exactly what their plan is. Maybe they get Dryad Arbor. Wouldn't you have wanted to cast Heat in response to Trudge cast to cut them off from their mana? No, if I have to heat the Trudge because they will cast a big spell for free off Fight Rigging and off the Mosswort Bridge, maybe. Maybe not also the Mosswort Bridge this turn. I guess not also the bridge. Okay, it depends. But I need to stop that from happening. Hear me out, Fight Rigging Shadow. The problem is like having cards that are good enough to cast off the Fight Rigging, right? Wait, sorry, what did they get off the Myco Spawn? Oh, they eternalized the Fanatic. I missed that there was a Fanatic in the yard. They must have built over it with the Rumble. So they can Mosswort Bridge next turn now. They can also. I don't know if they're going to be doing any double blocking. This matchup seems terrible. I don't know. I feel like we're somewhat likely to win this game. It depends what's under the bridge, I guess. Oh, they're fucking up. I think they're fucking up. Maybe they're not. Because can they have I guess they could just cast the Drowner of Truth now. Yeah, that was an insane rumble to build a Fanatic and find the Trudge. Yeah, the bridge doesn't seem that good if they're blocking like that. I agree. But they can't. The Fight Rigging can be good and can lose to that. Maybe they drew something else here. Oh, they drew. What did they draw? They could just cast a Ulamog. Phoenix Overflow State could be good. Could be, I guess. A bit awkward with the Goyfs. Definitely not the worst of the world. Oh, it's Kozilek's command. Obviously. Oh, they didn't float a green? I guess I can't really lose if they do that. Or I can't really win if they do this. So it's probably fine for them not to float a green. Sure. Okay, so we're going to bring in the Consigns. We're going to bring in the Vexing Baubles. I think I'm going to play the Edicts as well. Let's cut the Wasps. I'm going to go pretty down on the... I might play just 0 iterations, actually. Just be as low to the ground as possible. I kind of like the look of that. Maybe I play 2 stubs. I think I kind of like the idea of that too. Consign just a lot better. 2 sounds good. Sure. Kind of went 4 stubs for Fight Rig and Green said Rumble K command. I mean, how else would you sideboard? But like, the Consign answers the Fight Rigging and answers the K command. I don't know that countering Rumble is that big a deal. And then like the Vexing Bauble is also stuff answering the Fight Rigging. Edict and Unholy Heat can answer Fight Rigging. Like, what change would you make here? When a Frog iteration seems kind of clunky. I don't know. I do know. I've tested Frog and I've disliked it a lot in these shells. It's just not. I really have enjoyed just all the threats being 1 mana. I found iteration to be very good in these kind of shells. If iteration is clunky in a build like this with if iteration is clunky in a build like this that has no 2 drops besides 2 Wondrous Wasp and other 2-mana draw 2s, then the card is like maybe just unplayable outside of prowess. But I have liked the iterations a lot. I don't know. All right, I think I do cycle this immediately for Bauble. I guess Bauble would still be an okay draw next turn. Yeah, Snare does counter Chalice in 1. Countering Chalice more important those other cards. That could be true, yeah. Maybe we'll just, although they don't have an imprintable. Don't hate that one. Okay, I guess the Death Shadow next turn. They play a second lab. They didn't imprint anything last turn. Does kind of seem like they kept the hand on the streak of the Chalice, and we were lucky they didn't have an imprintable. I guess if we're on the draw, they just go turn 1 Chalice on 1, we lose. I guess we could bring in Meltdown. Have I messed around Boombust Elves at all, or Boombust one of the Cub decks? I guess I haven't. So they're at 8. I've got 7 points of power here. They've got a K command, we've got a stub, so they're dead to Bauble, Wraith, any fetch land, Thoughtseize. Not a bad multi 5. Alright, go to game 3 against Trudge. Okay, so do I want to say I'm going to be dead to turn 1 Chalice of the Void? It's not very likely that they have it. I don't know that I want to say I'm going to have the card Meltdown in my deck. Might need to. I think I'll just play 1. Then maybe I'll play a 3rd stub over a 4th channeler. Yeah, I do think the Eldrazi package is still the best Trudge build. The mono green build's interesting, and we'll circle back if they ban K command, of course. I'm gonna keep. My opponent mold a 6. They could always mold a 2 or 3 and find Chalice. So it's hard to mold a 2 or 3 and have lab and printable Chalice. It's just not very consistent. They keep 6. They don't have the turn 1. Looks like they do have a Trudge. Oh, they have a Green Sun for Arbor, okay. Could heat that turn 1, I guess. Think I would rather Thoughtseize and not be as cold to Chalice here. They did mulligan. Alright, I think we just take the Trudge. If we discard the Fanatic, they can eternalize it, and no Trudge means no Fanatic, and obviously no fight rigging. I'm going to try to keep the Bauble here for the Moonshadow. Although I may wait on the Bauble an extra turn so I can get the Surveil off the Channeler, which could grow the Moonshadow even bigger. Could be a little too greedy. And they top deck K commands? I mean, if you top deck K command, you should still probably cast Rumble Fanatic or just at least Fanatic. I mean, this is still a very, very good play for them to make, but I probably would have waited a turn on it. 1 top, 1 bottom. Still like insane value turn 2 here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cash in the Bauble. Draw another Rumble. Okay, it's a good draw. They Rumble again, and they do find Chalice of the Void this time. They're not immediately taking it. They do take it now. It's kind of the clear grab. So we could draw Meltdown, or we could maybe draw, and they also find a Trinisphere. They choose Basic Forest instead. Maybe that Moonshadow solos. One more Surveil land. Attack for 4. So Consign is good top deck. Meltdown's a good top deck. Aborted Outer Iterations. That's end of the list of good draws, I guess. They rumble again. They find Ugin's Labradrounder of Truth. They also mill over 2 K commands. So that's 2 less K commands they can draw, which is good news. I guess I could also just... This is from anywhere, right? Yeah. So I guess I could just grow the Moonshadow by casting Goyf and casting Chandler into the Chalice. Not the worst. Out of Surveils. They put the they put the Drowner in their hand. I guess Drowner has 7 power, so right, Drowner has 7 power. Yeah, so they can trade it for the Moonshadow. Damn. So are we back on the top deck Meltdown plan? It does have 6 toughness, so can top deck the Meltdown. Can you escape Goyf to go Shadow? I guess that would work, as it would go from the stack back to the graveyard. Elder Gargaroth is tough. Oh, I guess it's not that bad because I can just block it. I guess it was tough to try to out top deck from this spot. I think I would have pivot over to the mono black deck, the mono black mid-range deck I've been sitting on for a while. Well, we got some time.